Boom! This episode of Talks with KG is sponsored by Kanai Cleaning Services. Quality service at all times. Located out of New York, serving all 5 boroughs. They have been in business for over 15 years. Services include cleaning of schools, cleaning of hospitals, cleaning of houses. It don't really matter. Just link up with Kanai Cleaning Services. Their number is 917-200-4362 or email kanaienterprise.com. Also, Jave Auto AC, located number 182 Eastern Main Road, El Dorado, for all your AC needs. Right now the sun hot, so Jave AC is definitely a spot. Boom! Welcome to another episode of Talks with KG, where we keep it real and nothing else but real. And we have part 2 of the OG, Wendell Naipaul.
KG.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me.
See you back again.
Well, I mean, I was one of the most popular fellas on your talk show. I ain't gonna lie, and we did say we was gonna do a part 2. I just had to ask you one question though, because it kind of throwing me off. Normally, every time I do an interview with you, I have to put on these yellow shades. Only reason being, the chain now, boy.
Yeah.
The chain is normally happen.
That's sad, right?
It is kind of, throw my eyes off. But I noticed this day, you don't have your chain. So let me just clear it up one time. You get robbed? Or what? Well, I don't know.
You know better than that.
Well, I asking you. I don't know. I asking you.
I forget my chain. And I am highly upset. You know that.
All right.
I'm highly upset. I can't believe I come back part 2 with Mr. Wendell and I don't have one my chain.
All right, KG.
I ain't feeling like KG right now.
Yeah, well, you better get into it. All right? So, because this is part 2. Right? And then have a part 3 when I retire. That could be the fire.
That could be the fire.
That could be the fire. Because I'm still working with a set of these fucking assholes on them, yeah?
So you can't say certain
I can't say certain things. You understand? But tell me, what we dive in with it?
I mean, as I say, it's part 2, so we have a lot to talk about.
Right.
I know you're watching this show and you're seeing.
Oh, I love the show. First of all, Trinidad and Tobago. Let me start off by saying I've known this gentleman since he was in our Peanut Punch. And from him sitting watching Synergy TV to actually have a talk show that is trending right now, that is on all current topics. I'm very proud to see what you have accomplished, and I'm also looking forward to see what you will do in the future, because I think there's only great works for Talks with KG.
You'd say the same thing in the first episode too, let me know, and you want to see if I would remain.
I want to see growth. I want to see consistency is correct. I also want to see I want you to use the good thing about KG is that he's not confounded to one area. He could go anywhere and shoot and make things happen. So he's not you don't really have a studio to say you had to come there. He could come to you. You understand? Correct. But the next level I want to see is where artists could do a little performance.
Boy.
You understand?
That's the next step.
Where we could bring back a Friday night live.
Right. How we can incorporate the music.
Yes. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
And I think that now will kind of take you to... And we're actually in a beautiful studio here.
Yeah. Big up the studio one time.
I want to acknowledge the studio.
Yeah.
Ava Music and Unique Productions.
Unique Productions.
And... Well, I've seen Ava.
Lava Music.
Ava. So
music. Man.
We want to thank the producers for the establishment.
Yeah, for sure.
So we appreciate that. Jersey only thing on the belly, but I don't have.
So Mr. Wendell, as I say,
tell me.
It's part 2. We have things to talk about, but we have a conversation stirring right now. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, ambush me there, man.
Yeah. But have a conversation stirring.
What conversation is this?
The Keyshia Cole performance.
Oh gosh, boy, KG boy.
I hear that you was the stage manager, you was the big boss, you was in the front line. Everybody wanna know why Keyshia come and we place and sing 3 songs. I can explain a lot, but I will let you explain everything from...
Well, first of all, what is your take
Alright.
on the situation from somebody on the outside looking in?
But she sang 3 songs, right?
Correct.
Right. I find it look disrespectful
Right.
to the people. You know, you pay your money, you come to see an artist, you sing 3 songs.
Okay.
I mean, I want to say
No,
more.
say it. It's real talk.
I want to say more, but I want to focus for now. Because we could talk about a lot of things, right?
Right.
But for now, I want to focus on why did she sing 3 songs and leave the people there.
All right. Well,
Like that.
you know, currently, the topic is trending.
Right.
And it's currently, they're going to pursue legal, matters.
Who is the?
The promoters.
Right.
And
Who are the promoters?
I believe it's Squash Entertainment Air Committee.
Right.
And they're going to pursue some legal matters, not against Keyshia Cole, but against the booking agent. Right? Now,
Keyshia Cole's
no.
agent?
Let me break it
Go
down.
in, go in.
Let me break it down, right? When you're doing shows like these, there's the artist, first and foremost. Sorry, there's the promoter, first and foremost, right? There's the promoter.
Right.
Underneath the promoter, there is the booking agent.
Right.
Underneath the booking agent, there is the artist management.
Right.
And underneath the artist management, there is the artist.
Right.
So let's use this as an example. I am a promoter. I want to book my favorite artist, Supercat. So I call a booking agent.
Yeah.
Let's say the booking agent named Chinese.
Right.
Chinese will call up Supercat and say, Supercat, a promoter in Trinidad would like to hire you for X amount of dollars on this day, that. I seen about everything.
Right.
Are you available for this day? Chinese will now come to the promoter and say, Mr. Promoter, we are getting Supercat. It's going to cost X amount of dollars. We contracted him to sing X amount of songs, X amount of time. You are required to pay a down payment, hotel accommodations, this, that.
Right.
The promoter says, okay, Chinese, go ahead, you deal with it.
Right.
Right? Supercat comes to the country. Sometimes the promoter and Supercat don't even talk.
Yeah, they never meet.
They never meet.
Right. The booking agent
Is
is
the booking agent is the man functioning.
Right.
Good. So in this situation, right, the promoters had a booking agent, right? And the booking agent is the one who made all the arrangements with Miss Keyshia Cole and as well as Dexter Daps, right? So I feel somewhere between the booking agent and the artist management, the conversation that took place there,
Right.
I feel was just between them.
But you're saying conversation, but in these types of shows is contract.
It was right. And the promoters fulfilled everything. The contractual agreement, the payment, the hotel account, they did everything right. The promoters are not to blame for none of this that happened.
Right.
Right? And these fellas seasoned, right? Air committee, Squash, these fellas seasoned. Right? They did everything according to the books. Right? But remember, up to now, they haven't spoken to Keyshia Cole because they have no reason to speak to Keyshia Cole.
Right.
We dealing with a booking agent.
Right.
You understand? Now, I can only talk from my experience now. I the man to meet and greet. When she comes to the venue, take her to the trailer, talk to her security, talk to her management.
Right.
Right? When Keyshia came, even she was upset. Because according to what she was saying to her management, was like, why you all didn't tell me it was this settings, and I would have walked with my dancers, and this and that. And when I mean you all, not the promoters.
So she didn't know it was a big show like that, basically?
Yeah. She thought it was when she think brunch, when she hear brunch, she thinks it's a little brunch thing and thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, now this have a double-edged sword, right? I will explain that to you. So she was complaining to the management team. Hey, why all they didn't tell me? Because she didn't come with a DJ, you know. She didn't even come with tracks, you know. Right?
Oh, so, all right, continue.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
Continue.
So, if you're not coming with your own DJ, and if you're not coming with your tracks and whatever, then really and truly you thinking that this is just a little
brunch.
A little brunch something and whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Right? Because she was visibly, when she came off the stage, I am telling you, she was visibly upset. When I went in the trailer to speak to her, she was visibly upset, and she was well quarreling with the
About that specific.
with her management. Like, you all didn't give me the details. Now, I do not know if she saw the contract.
Right, because in the contract it had 45
minutes. So I do not know if Keyshia saw the contract. I don't know if the contract was only seen between, remember this going to things, so I can't speak on no details. I don't know if it was only seen between the booking agent and Keyshia's management team. Right? Because when that happened, all the promoters were backstage and we were trying to find out what happened. Right?
What happened as in why she came off the stage so soon.
Right. Now, as the stage manager, I will normally go to an artist or the artist manager and ask how long your set is. So I will know, so I will be able to line up the next artist or the next act.
Right.
So I will usually ask her, what is your last song?
Right.
And she will say, well, my last song is X.
Right.
All right. Then I ask how long your set is. And then...
So you asked this before she went on stage?
Correct.
Right.
I asked how long the set is. And then I was given a time.
And what was the time?
The time was around 15 to 20 minutes.
15? So they tell you that?
She never told
So the
me
manager
that.
tell you 15 minutes?
Right. Keyshia Cole I never asked Keyshia. That's not my right to ask
Yeah, you're not management. Yeah.
management. So they said around that time. So I was in shock and I was in disbelief. Right?
So he was in shock.
No, I mean, because in my running order,
so when they don't know what's going to happen.
in my running order says 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Well, 45 to an hour.
Right.
Right? So I was already worried. And I had to pass on this information to the promoters. Because they know they didn't do anything wrong.
But why you was going to pass on this to the promoter?
They have to know what was told to be in case they need to do something about it. But they know...
So when you heard 15 to 20 minutes, you automatically knew something was wrong?
Something was wrong, obviously, because if I get a running order saying 45 minutes, and somebody telling me 15, 20 minutes, obviously something is wrong.
Oh, so you just went to confirm.
So I need to go and confirm to the promoter, this is what I was told by the artist management. So do we need to call up Dexter Daps earlier from the hotel?
Right.
Do we need to bring up his set?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And when I met with the promoters, you know, they knew that everything was signed, sealed, and everything for the 45 minutes. So they seemed not worried at all. It was like, nah, she only saying that, and when she finished, she go do more songs. Because they dot their I's and they cross their T's. Right? Everything that Keyshia Cole asked for, she got. So it had nothing to do with the promoters whatsoever.
Worry,
You understand? They didn't know that was going to take place. You understand what I'm saying? I tell you, the communication was between the booking agent and Keyshia Cole's management.
But what I'm saying is, if the booking agent signed 45 minutes, how they could come now and tell her 15 minutes?
This is what I'm saying. That is something now the lawyers and them got to deal with.
Crazy.
That is. So I don't know. Again, I'm going on a record by saying I do not know, and I started the conversation. I do not know what the conversation was between the booking agent and Keyshia Cole's management. All I can tell you is between the promoters on their end, they paid for a full 45-minute set. They paid for her hotel, they paid for her flights, everything she requested. she was treated excellent by these promoters, right? They didn't spare any expense. The venue was on point. The sound system was on point. All the opening acts was on point. Everything was good. It was a shock and a blow to Trinidad and Tobago, to myself, and
I'm glad I wasn't here.
and these promoters, right? And as I said, I can't speak much more on it because
It's a legal matter.
it's a legal matter. But based on what I have seen, that is how it went down. Because I was in shock, and immediately as I found out, as somebody who has been hired by these gentlemen on many occasions, it was my duty to let them know what was going on, right? And they were so sure that cannot be it, because it's not like, well, I guess she had down payment and we ain't had the rest of the money, and so she going and do this. It was nothing like that. It was, everything was paid for, right? These fellas and them, Air Committee and Scotch and the other silent partners, however, these fellas on point when it comes to promotions, right? They're doing it years now. And watch me, when you go to an Air Committee event, or you go to a Scotch event, or you go to a combination of both, it's be a spectacle, it's be something great. They don't spend no expenses, everything. Watch me.
Money day.
The venue was ready, the venue was ready for sound check the day before. A man could have walked in, the event was this Saturday, a man could have walked in Friday and they could have had the party.
Keyshia do sound check?
Keyshia was still in the air.
Why you saying? Keyshia reaching like what, 2 o'clock?
Right? But the DJs and everything was there, and they did a sound check, and we make sure her DJ setup was right and all that kind of stuff and everything, and same thing for Dexter Daps and everything, right? But she did eventually come, and then we just kind of hear the song and all that kind of stuff, and everybody was cool. Right? But you see, the point I want to make, KG, is that the public, you know, and next thing too, you cannot blame the public. You have to understand this. Of course. Right? You cannot blame the public because they don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You understand?
Yeah.
And that is why sometimes on this forum here, even though we didn't really come to talk about this, but I'll just...
Oh, you didn't come to talk about
I didn't come to talk about this, but you spring it on, man.
Come on.
I just letting the public know, Trinidad and Tobago, that the promoters in this instance are very innocent. They cross their T's, they dot their I's. They paid the young lady for what she was supposed to perform. Now, which brings me now to the double-edged sword.
Right.
I was defending Keyshia at some point in time, but there would reach a point too, as a big individual and as a big artist. You come to a show.
Right.
People tell you perform for X amount of minutes, wherever.
Right.
You see your fans.
Right.
You see the love they have for you.
Right.
You can't tell me, and especially now, after being paid X amount,
right,
you can't tell me, this is where you have to use your little knowledge now as an artist.
True.
Right? After three songs, and after the level of production you've seen or whatever, I truly believe she could have stayed there and do about 3-4 more songs.
Oh God, Keyshia.
Right? And not only that, till we just say you're performing 4 tunes.
Yeah.
At least do your 4 biggest tunes.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because she has some hits.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Wendell.
Yeah.
You was mind the business years. So you would see these things in
plenty
different ways.
Of course.
International artists.
Of course. And I demand is throwing it to kind of convince everybody.
You think that because the elephant in the room too, not only the 3 songs, is also the way how she dressed. Right? Now, I don't find she looked bad. Right? She looked good. But she didn't look like she came
a star.
Right, like she came to perform in a huge concert in Trinidad.
Remember, I told you what management told her.
But here my
was
question
a little
to you.
Paul Bunch.
But here my question to you now.
Right.
Because you're a man doing this thing a long time.
Right.
You think that these artists does underestimate
Trinidad?
Because I went to a lot of international shows, like since I had Youth Man, Lil Bow Wow, all of them coming down and them in short pants and French Montana, them coming white tee and...
Well, a lot of these hip-hop artists...
You think that they don't see it?
No. A lot of these hip-hop artists and R&B artists and stuff, I mean, I've done shows outside in clubs and big clubs, bigger than the freaking Savannah.
Right.
Right? And they would come with it. You see, when you reach a certain level of stardom, you could come... Your pocket
So you're
deep.
saying this come all how they too?
A lot of... You see, it depends on... Oh, God, look at the Met Gala the other day now, man.
Right.
Oh, God. Come now, man. Freaking Outcast coming with a piano in the back. And think. There's a set of bullshit out there. But what I'm saying is there are certain events specify it's a black tie event.
Yeah.
And Grammys is something
So you
different.
think that there's a look at our events as coconut events? Like
No, we are not
island
island
thing, you
people
know?
swinging on trees. That is not how I look
Because
at it.
there's, like to me there's always dress island when they're here, you know?
Not
really too much that razzle dazzle.
Female or male they're talking about. Because it can't be female. Beanie just come down with a full suit.
No, well,
Supercat is coming down with a full suit.
I talk about American artists.
But no, I have seen, look, when you do Tobago Jazz, come down, man, Diana Ross come dressed down.
Come nice.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
But
right?
they probably know that Tobago Jazz.
That's what I'm saying.
But like, just like your book Keyshia Cole or your book...
Right, and she
Beyonce
was told it's a brunch.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
But even if it's a brunch, why you can't...
Well, I am not she fucking stylist.
No, I asking you as experienced man, you think that this underestimate our events? As...
I would say certain artists.
Yeah.
Not all. I would put that in the minority.
Not all, I would put that a lot.
I would put it in the minority. I'll put it in the minority, right? I feel sometimes these artists need to Google fucking Trinidad and really see the level of shows. You understand that we can produce down here. You understand? Let me give you an example. A Jamaican artist, female, Tanya Stevens.
Right.
Tanya cannot dress to save her life. I fed up do shows with Tanya, and watch me, she boss her. She's a boss artist. But every time I see Tanya,
I feel Mr. Wendell might touch it, he better.
Right. So every time I see Tanya, Jed, I was like, nah, man. Our jeans, our boots, and our t-shirt. You can't do me that, Tanya. You can't do me that. And then you want to show with Beres and Chronics and Lady Saw and Patra and you understand what I'm saying? But that just publish his style.
Yeah.
And then again, remember the last time I tell you, there is our booking agents and there is our managers.
Right.
So if I say a manager, I advise you,
Right.
You
Correct.
can't be coming to this.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
you understand?
You have to do the research.
You have to do the research.
Yeah.
And I will admit, I didn't find Keyshia Cole dress.
Not me find she look bad. She look
No.
nice.
I ain't going down there. I find she don't look bad, but she don't look great.
Yeah. And it's an R&B event now.
Right.
And there's Keyshia Cole.
Right.
You know, represent now.
And a lot of Trinidadians, a lot of people from the country would say, we only bring in washed up artists and that kind of stuff, We can't bring a Beyonce or this or that. Rihanna. Well, US, everybody wins now. It's a different scenario here now. Tariff thing. KG, let me tell you something. It takes a lot of money to put out an event.
Of course.
You see, the public may not be aware of the kind of money that it takes to
really do that.
And
it's a risk to take it.
And it's a
one
risk
night.
for one night.
Yeah.
Remember, first of all, we knew rainy season.
Yeah.
This whole thing could have get washed out.
Correct. All that you had to study.
So we thank God, we thank the Father that, right? There wasn't any incident at the event. Well, except until Dexter Daps threw a jacket in the crowd. And women started to fight for the jacket. What Dexter, what you gonna do, boy? People throw panty and thing on the stage.
Dexter,
But Dexter's performance, brother, was phenomenal.
Imagine if Dexter wasn't on the show. What would happen?
Boy, I don't know. But
And I thought that would have mashed up.
what I also was glad about with these promoters, Scotch and Air Committee, you see the opening acts?
Right.
They gave a lot of
Yeah, boy.
unknown artists.
And it looked real good.
It looked real
Chucky,
good. Choppy,
Jimmy
Sharifa,
October,
Jimmy October.
Sharifa, yeah.
And probably the most popular one out of them would
Pretty,
probably
Pretty
would have been
look
here
good.
with Pretty Urfanaz Kutin.
It looked
You
real
understand?
good, dog.
It looked good. It run real nice.
Yeah.
Was one artist finished, one artist.
That was a nice vibes.
I had everybody
That was a nice vibes.
sitting down on chairs.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna look for no artist that night. Eh? So hold on.
You man see young man.
Hold on, no, I'm gonna tell you how it's set up. As the front of the stage there, there's the band here,
Yeah.
right? The drummer here. Behind the drummer, I had about 7 or 8 chairs.
Yeah.
Every artist was lined up in the order they had to go on. The only man who was down there chilling was Urfanaz because he was the last artist.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna look for nobody.
Oh, good.
I do all my looking during the course of the day and line up everybody. And people were still late, but it wasn't late like when the show started, then they now coming. At least they was there.
They're not on that late thing. To do this interview, I come on the highway.
Free to answer the phone too.
times.
Yeah.
I don't tell him Chinese in the car, say, he going and call you about 5 times for each round there. The man say 1 o'clock is 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And what time I reach?
5 past 1.
Yeah.
That's why you ain't get no
Still
cuts.
better that much.
But what I'm saying is, I like to see when promoters do that.
That is it with 7.
But here the next step now they have to do. Don't put them in the hole.
In the whole?
Meaning, get a little to opening act,
Right.
bring your big artist,
Right.
and then give them something in the middle now, in the sauce.
Somebody,
Put them in the sauce, put the
I say
pretty
so
and the
too.
kutain and in the sauce. And
Why
then,
not?
And then you can bring in the extra that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because there's always get that little thing now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, like be real.
I just saying if I used to do shows, meaning if I had DC, or if I was a promoter, I would do that. You understand?
But ain't you as a stage manager, I show it at certain shows, ain't you had that kind of strength where you could see a little slut?
Yeah, but I ain't getting paid for that.
No, but ain't you could do that?
I could do that.
You ever do that before?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Because sometimes you have to think on your feet quick. Sometimes an artist there, he ain't even booked for the show, or she ain't booked for the show. But the artist who's supposed to come late. So what will happen now? The show running nice, you know. We'll get a lull. So I had to make that call.
Right.
You understand? Like for example, this show. Why I was so adamant about having all the artists lined up and ready to go. This was not a regular show where, like in Carnival, where a soca artist getting at 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So even if I had 3 artists, I could have started with 3. So let's say artist was 50 minutes, like 45 minutes, I have until other artists come.
Right.
But with this particular show, every artist got a little 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Right.
So I couldn't play. Because if I start with 3 artists, after 15 minutes like Keyshia Cole, artist done.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, and it's a good call too from the promoters. They made a very wise decision. Again, big up the air committee, big up the Scotch. The artists was supposed to go on at 7 o'clock. Call time for all the artists was 6 o'clock. Like 6 o'clock, the first man to reach 5:30. And kudos to Jimmy October.
What? Jimmy reached 5:30?
Jimmy was on
Jimmy
time.
not playing.
Jimmy know me.
Jimmy see it as a big opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And watch me. You know, Wendell is the asshole thing.
he
Them
know
fellas,
you
yeah, but them fellas and them, from me, get a little extra time. Because it was 5 minutes, man, get a little 7 minutes.
Right.
You understand? Jamal, it was 10 minutes, you get a little 12 minutes.
I even see Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal, mash up the place, boy.
Had to be.
Right?
Come on.
You understand? Kutain was X amount.
Yeah.
Kutain asked for X amount, I give him. You understand? Because they was on time, they was there.
Yeah.
And then you had to, when you ain't sure what time the main act reach you now,
Right.
you ain't want to rush the show.
True.
You want to, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, kudos to these promoters and them for giving these young acts. Because, you know, normally they want to draw for the big acts now.
Yeah.
Right?
Now,
You understand? They want to draw for the Kessa, the Patrice, and the Nyla, and this and that. But when you hear, you know, I'm not saying that these artists are not big in their own right. Don't get me wrong. But they ain't really as popular as
It was a breath of fresh air.
It was.
It was a breath of fresh
Pretty
air.
mash up the place.
Pretty look real good.
And watch me, the suit was a little tight.
Pretty sing, man.
But the suit was a little tight around the belly area. But I love I'm a boy.
Big up pretty.
I watch me. The man bring roses.
Yeah.
The
Nice.
man bring roses. The suit was pink. It looked real bad.
Choppy and all look good. No Choppy. That man has hardly performed.
Yeah.
Hardly see Choppy all day.
So when Choppy do sail away,
I hear the whole crowd singing.
I'm telling you now.
I hear the whole crowd singing.
You understand?
I say, see, boy.
The girl who started the show was supposed to get 5 minutes. A girl named
Sharifa.
Right? Guitarist.
Yeah.
Well unique.
Big up Sharifa.
She said, when I tell you, big up Sharifa, big up yourself, girl.
For sure.
When I tell you she have 5 minutes, because on my running order, Sir had 5 minutes. But I see she face pull, boy. Ting. I say, I'll give her 6 minutes.
It's so fantastic.
Then you know what? I say, Wendell is a female.
Yeah.
You don't get fight down already.
Right.
I say, you're the first artist to open the show.
Right.
You practice for 7 minutes.
Right.
I gone up on stage because she was waiting. I say, so and so be there. She there with she little guitar.
She come early too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I say, Sharifa, here we go. Do your 7 minutes. Oh, God, I got a little hug, I got a little bong.
Of course.
I say, so you see, when there's an asshole all the time.
Yeah.
But don't
I know that.
But don't fuck it up.
I know that.
You understand what I'm saying? It had a girl called Mila Karib.
Yeah, big up Mila.
Mila did excellent as well. She reached the latest, but you know.
Right.
But the point is, they didn't reach when the show start. They reached before the show start. I was during the point where the promoters made a call and say, instead of starting 7, Wendell, start 7:30. So we started 7:30. One thing. I also want to big up Super Youth.
Right.
And his band. Excellent.
Right.
Them fellas and them on point. You understand? So the opening acts were fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
And there was a DJ that Squash brought down from the States, a guy named Jester, that was supposed to play just before Keyshia Cole, and he was also play for Keyshia Cole.
Right.
So he was holding on the fort real bad. Pick up all the other DJs before. The show, I telling you, Dred, the show was real nice.
The show was real good.
The show was real. The first one.
It was real good.
The first one.
Yeah.
Them fellas did good.
People said it was good.
Keyshia Cole incident.
Yeah.
We had no control over that, brother.
Yeah.
The promoters had no control over that. Right? I said that's something between the booking agent and Keyshia Cole's management. Right? Again, she could have used her little experience and little common sense and say, look at people balling for me. I'll give them an extra 15 minutes.
People come and dress up nice.
Even if she did do half hour, I'll live with her.
God.
Right? But then now we went back, we talked to Dexter, and they spoke to Keyshia.
So how long she really performed for?
About 15, 20 minutes for the most.
You know how that will feel?
And Dexter said, well, we'll bring her back to...
And how long Dexter performed for?
Well, Dexter performed a good, about 45 to 50 minutes, plus Keyshia Cole 2 songs inside he said.
Man play Keyshia.
No, he invited her on the stage.
Yes.
Well, no,
So
you
he
know
bring
what
her
I'm
back?
telling you, we had a conversation.
So wait. So Keyshia performed 3 songs.
Right.
Disappoint the people. Then Dexter come and perform and bring back Keyshia.
Because we was trying to get her to come back on stage.
And she came back on?
She came back
But
on.
me really see nobody talk about that part.
They didn't talk about that part. You see what I mean?
Because to me, that still...
It's how Trinidadians fuck up.
I know... Me
Right?
don't hear about that.
All they talk
Me about that part.
exactly. And he kneel down and get Shia Rose.
Me ain't know that.
Mother can't I see there, boy.
You see what?
See what I mean?
You see bacchanal, everything is bacchanal.
So the booking agent and everybody, we had a discussion with Keyshia, and they had a discussion with Dexter Daps, and Dexter Daps said, no problem, after the 6th song in his set, he's going to call up Keyshia. Keyshia went on, performed 2 more songs.
I didn't even know that.
And that is something she didn't have to do.
Yeah.
She performed 2 more songs, and the crowd kind of, all right, 2 more songs. Keyshia thinks she pick up the crowd.
Yeah.
Dexter Daps got some roses, big shop as her mother, give she the rose,
Right.
and then she stayed on stage.
Then he mash up the place.
She stayed on stage, sitting down in the same chairs I had for the artists, and taking the rest of the show, right? And telling me, boy, that man is really committed, boy, really nice. And I say in my head, well, you could have been fucking committed too.
Because she underestimated.
You underestimated Trinidad.
Correct. She see the
Right?
She
So,
can
and let me
understand
tell you
that.
something. She, as somebody who's there, me here, Keyshia Cole here, one-on-one conversation, she visibly regretted
Yeah, yeah.
not bringing her dancers and putting on a good show.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand? And that was that whole situation. But I want to say again, big up to Scotch, big up to Air Committee, you know, and everybody, all the investors. It was a brilliant show. It was a well executed show. Well, I mean, it had to be executed. I the stage manager. But what I'm saying is, for the first time,
Oh, good.
everybody was competent. Watch my food couldn't run out.
Yeah, which part? In the event?
In and out.
Yeah.
Backstage, where you could eat until when the show done, it still had food.
Yeah.
Drinks couldn't run out. It was Keyshia Cole in our trailer,
Yeah.
Dexter Daps in our trailer, a huge tent for all the artists with chairs and couches and everything, with their personal bar and their personal food for the local acts. Hear what I'm telling you? Dexter Daps have his own tent with food. Keyshia had her own tent with food. But the way how they took care of our local acts and DJs, it was impeccable.
Commendable.
Commendable. I love how they did that.
Yeah,
and that's a normal thing with Air Committee and Scotch, you know.
Right.
I just do plenty shows, and then when I go and do out in South, I go and do a thing. But I telling you, every artist have an individual tent.
Right.
Every artist name print up nice and pretty. Sometimes I go in shows, big shows I telling you about. You Effect.
Yeah.
This one, that big shows.
Yeah.
David rather standing up alone in a tent with no seats, no fan. You know what I telling you, Bedrin? You understand what I'm saying?
How they go do
David that?
Yeah, bad.
But you see, we little two-faced. All of a sudden is the bad on the show.
Yeah.
We are sudden how she make that extra effort and come back and bless you with two extra songs, right? And again, I not condoning what she did and saying it was right.
Yeah.
Right?
But you know it had reasons for that.
Right.
And also you said that you could have tell that she was
visibly upset.
Yeah.
Right?
Things has happened.
Things has happened. So because she blew out she management team, I tell her cuss out.
And you say she sit down on the stage and taking
And she taking the show.
Yeah.
You understand? And then she issued an apology the next day and whatever.
all that too, yeah.
Right? But as I said before, I don't know what take place with the booking agent and her management team. It had nothing to do with Scotch Entertainment and Air Committee. They did everything right. Pay her, hotel, flights, everything was right. So that is a legal thing that they have to do.
Yeah.
Because anytime you hear Air Committee doing a show, or Scotch doing a show, or a combination doing a show, bet your bottom dollar is quality acts, quality entertainment, good food, good drinks, everything. It's top-notch shows. It have other promotional entities. You can't get what them fellas and them get. And I like how they treat our acts from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
You understand?
Most important.
So yeah, I know you're ambushman. I know there was no second part two, you know. You call me and say, Wendell, we do a part two, but this is what we really wanted to get to the bottom line.
Of course. I mean, so what new?
A lot of shows coming up.
Yeah.
Right? St. Kitts Music Festival coming up. Well, I hear this cartel.
Right.
You know, a lot of Trinidadians looking forward to this show.
Of course.
You know, I hear it's packed with artists.
Yeah.
A lot of artists that Trinidad and Tobago want to see
Yeah.
and hear and perform.
Yeah, that'd be
Obviously,
true.
they have established artists like Sister Kalonji,
Yes, it's
who go in and mash up the place.
yeah, Chronic Law.
Chronic Law, Molly Don,
Molly.
you know.
Yeah, man.
So,
Big show.
It's a good show. It's a good show. I'm glad that, I ain't glad how you ambushed me, but I'm glad how I was able to kind of clear the air
Yeah.
and bring a little closure to what the public perception was about this R&B brunch festival.
Yeah, okay. You know, people born in Keyshia Jedi.
Right. And as somebody who dress up nice, because remember going to an event like this, it's not the ticket alone. You know.
Yeah.
It's the outfit.
Correct.
Especially if it's a couple.
Correct.
So the man has to spend for him money spending. You understand?
Champagne,
and you know, the man girlfriend might be a big Keyshia Cole
All that.
fan.
She come for that.
Right? She come for that.
Yeah.
And then So I could understand the disappointment. But also talk about the fact that, hey, she come back and do so and so. And even though, I'm not saying that will...
Me even see a video with that.
Right. And I'm not saying that will make up for what happened.
Yeah.
Right? But again, it's a double-edged sword. As an artist and as an experienced artist, don't do with that. Go back and do a little tree song and... I just had a pull Beanie Man off the stage, you know.
Yeah.
I had a show Beanie Man book.
You had a pull Beanie.
Beanie Man book.
Yeah, Beanie real love a mic, you know.
Yeah, right. But
Beanie pull a mic out your hand, you know.
yeah,
You real thirsty for a mic, boy. I never see a
man is thirsty,
for
boy.
a
The
mic,
man
boy.
just
He love to sing,
his songs just can't done. Listen,
I love to sing, boy.
I show in South, right? In fact, all the shows with he. The contractors be like, let me say 60 to 90 minutes, right? Beanie Man performed for 2.5 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours. I had to tell Blue, I say, Blue, which was your brother. I say, yo, like the day.
Like the one man you could see real love what others do is
Yeah,
Beanie Man, though.
yeah.
Beanie Man love to perform.
And he loved to perform in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. Sizzler too?
Yeah, oh God.
Sizzler love a
Well,
mic,
the
boy.
last Sizzler show,
Man love Mike.
I think it was a redemption I did.
Yeah.
And Sizzler, and I asked the old manager, anytime you see the old manager do it so, you know, I gotta handle things myself.
Yeah.
So I asked for the set list of all the songs you're going to do, and in the order you're going to do it. So I will know how to time myself to get...
set list for Sizzler, boy?
Yeah.
Oh, you just keep track with that?
Real songs. Dexter, that was 27 songs, you know. Plus Keyshia Cole 2 tunes, you know. You understand? Now what is tie up is, what song is this? Sometimes they just throw in a song that not in the set list. So it just throw you off now. But now overall, it was a good show. It was a good show. I still have a lot. You gotta do a part 3 and 4, you know, because
No, I'm saying that you gonna be a repeated guest.
yeah, because it has so much things from before when I was telling you about the stories. And Capleton bring the fish in the bathtub and all that. That more, that worse than that. You know.
Is it a worse than that?
That
Give
worse
me-
than that.
Give me a worse one.
All right.
You was the stage manager for DMX?
Yes.
When he cussed?
You want to hear what I want?
Serious?
Yes. Who else, boy? You can pull out my phone and show you the photo.
Boras, me know you, Mr. Wendell. That historical.
All right. So, that is when they fell the stage.
He consent
When-
and he get locked up.
He get locked up. But there was
Yeah.
a show, boy, where I think Bounty didn't get to perform because something with Bounty. And Elephant Man, come on, boy. And watch me. That time now, they now start to make screens now, boy. But the screens wasn't digital. It was like cloth where you're projecting on the screen.
yeah.
Boy, the amount of bottle pass through that screen, you know when they have sign and thing and they have hole for the winter pass through?
Who the pelting?
When Bounty couldn't perform, I think they arrest Bounty.
Like the same show that come out?
No.
Oh, the next show?
Well, it's too bacchanal. But anyway, that show with DMX, I think it was DMX, Lauryn Hill. I can't remember, a long time ago now, the amount of shows I do. But that particular show,
I was really young, like I was about 7 or 8.
that particular show, as we pick up DMX, I say, DMX, you cannot curse.
You tell him that one time.
We drop him in the hotel, DMX, you cannot curse. I pick him up from the hotel, DMX, you cannot curse. I put him inside the tent, DMX, you cannot curse. I put him on the stage side, DMX, you cannot curse. I put him on the stage with the mic, DMX, you
Yeah,
cannot
don't
curse.
forget.
How you fucking doing? What's up, motherfuckers? That's what good teeth. So, and here the thing, right? Here the thing. The police, now, you know, a lot of people just bash the officers on them.
Yeah.
But the door, if you curse once, they will never come and arrest you.
Right, true.
They will give you a warning.
Yeah, true.
You curse twice, they will say, hey.
Yeah. You have to real cuss.
You have a real cuss for them to come and ting. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so I was there. I was there for that show. But no,
So what, they come on the stage and... and then they Trinidad was not that kind of culture.
And $100 the man had to pay
100.
in the court the next day.
TT.
DMX, $100.
Bumbo clad.
You understand? And that is when he said he never coming back to Trinidad
Yeah,
again.
boy.
You understand? But let me give you one of the
So he real cuss then.
Man cussed about 4 times.
He was like, yeah.
Right? Until the inspector behind my back breathing down my neck. Wendell.
Yeah.
I said, but boy, I tell you, man, a million times, Jared.
And them this DMX is the biggest thing.
Boy, you understand?
That can make you pull long Jeezy off the stage.
Come like when I blank Nas in synergy for the interview.
Yeah.
But let me give you one before we go now.
Yeah.
Keep now in them days when Tower Promotions used to do shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
We used to it I don't know money transfer and this and that. Men flying,
I'm getting the money done.
going, giving men their down payment,
Yeah.
and flying to make sure they come back.
Yeah.
To make you hire money now, flying to make sure they come on your show.
Yeah.
Because it had men.
So it's go and bring the artist
Right.
basically.
So it had men who take money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And here come, and Prince Gallant now got to fly down there and get back the money.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That was the days at Tower.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I going to get Capleton to make sure Capleton reach on the flight and come Trinidad, right?
And then to them days you talking about it had no WhatsApp and
No.
that phone call thing and
No. You had
so
to go
it's
there.
straight.
So we gone by we gone. So I have a list now, and I send it by the Maxi. in Jamaica.
By the what?
By the Maxi taxi. Right?
Yeah.
With Capleton band. Them days everybody moving with a band, right?
Yeah.
So Capleton gone, click,
Yeah.
drummer, click, ting, click, ting, click. So I see I'm out that suitcase, right? So Capleton watch me. I say, yeah man. I say, all right. Click.
Yeah, whoever is that.
Right. Well, right. We reach by the airport now. Everybody click. Reach Trinidad. Right? Click from the airport. Here when he clicking, stop now. When they reach by the hotel, to check in everybody now. Mr. Bailey, Capleton real name.
Yeah.
Click. The
And
man with
the
the
same man,
suitcase, man with the suitcase now. Capleton going up in the room. 'Cause the hotel will have a list of all the names, right?
Yeah.
And leave this man with the suitcase now. And Capleton gone.
Yeah.
So the first time I'm gonna ask now, so who is you?
Yeah.
Well, boy, the fireman say I could come. I say, wait. I say, what you mean come?
But how you reach on the plane? Well, they buy ticket, everything.
Capleton buy a ticket for you.
Right.
When the man opened the suitcase, right, it's a set of flag and things, souvenirs from Jamaica and things. So he hoping now he go come and sell them things in
The
Trinidad.
man bring a hustler.
The man bring a hustler and Capleton just go on in the hotel room and done that. Man had to stay in the lobby. There's 3 days before the show starts. Right?
Yeah.
So the man spent 3 days sleeping on the couch in the lobby. I don't know what the man eat. I don't know what he drink. I don't know nothing. All I know is he had to hustle to sell out all them things to buy a ticket
To go
back home. And that is the kind of shit that has been going on that I had to deal with. You understand? And then the one I was telling you about where they had to pelt the stage and they mash up the screens and things.
Yeah.
I think it's Bounty Killer Curse and he got arrested.
Yeah, I remember Bounty cussing too.
Right. So he come out the stage and then when I see that, I don't tell the host, I say, hey, go in the car park, go think. I don't know what's going to happen. Because as soon as Elephant Man finished now, hear what Elephant Man said. If you're waiting for Bounty, he ain't coming back, you know.
Oh, is it?
Well, that was it there.
So they lock up Bounty too?
Yeah. That was, I think probably that had something to do with the last time he came and wherever.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You know, but
You don't still see that today, like artists that still get locked up cussing on stage and think artists are still cussing on stage, and
yeah. But I think the police presence now a little more tolerable.
Yeah.
For example, when I did Craft and Raja Wild,
yeah,
sound check,
them cussing.
cussing. I say, yo, I cannot curse.
Yeah.
Say, no problem. But you know, by the time them go in the hotel and them do what they have to do, them coming back here.
Them same way them coming.
Same way and coming.
Yeah.
So it's not until like they will turn around and see like 5 officers with some big artillery
Yeah.
by the step and handcuffs.
Yeah.
They just cool themselves.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden they get respect. Because in certain countries you could do that.
Yeah.
This is just one of our laws, and if in Trinidad and Tobago you need to respect our laws.
True.
And when they jump outside, they're respecting all American laws, you know.
Yeah.
You understand? and like for the Grammys and the BT Awards, I think I'll tell you that. It's only you and one.
Correct.
It's an entourage, you know.
Nah, I do that.
As big as Beyonce is and as big as Jay-Z is and as big as you and one. You understand what I'm saying? The Met Gala they had with the other day. If you get invited and you turn it
You're
down,
lucky.
you're lucky. But if you turn it down,
Yeah.
you're not coming back the next year.
Right.
You understand? So they disrespect the thing outside.
Yeah.
And this is what is fucking pissed me off with Trinidad artists, where they just be saying, well, we've been disrespected in Trinidad, and they think, but you're fucking disrespecting yourself by coming late, by doing the, you understand what I'm saying?
You lie.
You're disrespecting yourself, but you want that respect. No, you can't get that.
I being real, I think showing up late as an artist is the most degrading thing you could do as an artist. That is, I just like you, Mr. Wendell. I mean, you usually dread it, but I just feel I mightn't express it like how you just express it. I mightn't call him and cuss him.
It's a lack of respect.
But it does kill me, bro.
It's a lack of respect, right?
It's like, what is that?
Because let me tell you how easy it is.
Let me do the thing proper. Now.
Why rush from the car park?
Yeah.
To rush on stage, to go straight on stage to sing, your performance ain't gonna be great.
Right,
but if you come early and you relax, you sip something, you settle yourself.
You know?
You might want to change something in your set. You have enough chance to go through it with your DJ. And then your performance will be...
it's a real thing.
And then what I hate now, especially with some of these female artists out there, who come in late, I want to give me excuses, but unapologetic.
Right.
That's piss me off.
Right. Because they had to do the hair and they had to do
Mr.
the makeup.
Naipaul, I know you told me for sound check
Yeah.
to come a certain time. I reached late, no matter what the excuse was, I apologize.
Right.
I cool, you know, and you gain your 10 minutes, you know.
Right. How does this come? What do you mean unapologetic?
Well, they wouldn't say, well, I'm sorry.
Right.
Or think, yeah, I was outside long time.
Yeah,
and I think that would fucking me.
Yeah.
Now it fucking me.
I feel that kind
You
of
understand?
energy.
I don't like that energy.
I do not know that.
I just like to be good with them artists and them, you know. Because the first thing they ask the promoter, who doing this show, Wendell?
I just watch even like shows like Breakfast Club and thing. Sometimes them is big artists, right? Them is millionaires, sometimes billionaires.
Yeah.
And them do an interview 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning. Some of these artists, you tell them 6 in the morning for interview, them coasting.
No, yeah, they're coasting because
and
you
ain't
see,
reach nowhere yet.
because these artists and them disciplined and they want it.
Entitled.
And you can't want it for them.
Nah. I watching big artists going out there. Cartel now come out prison. A few months. Cartel do more interviews than these artists who out here free.
Yeah.
In the last 13 years, you know. He working harder than them already, you know.
Yeah. So
it's
it's a serious thing out there. All them young artists and them, all the relax all their fucking stuff. You understand? Especially if I doing a show, take it. All they pat down now. All they ain't reach nowhere yet.
Be humble.
All they be humble now. You understand? When all they hear Mr. Wendell doing a show and getting on, it's not because it coming from a place of hatred or a place of dislike. It coming from a place of 50 years of experience locally, regionally, and internationally. Because when all they go outside, they don't tolerate them kind of thing.
Yeah,
so get the training here.
Correct.
You understand? And I say not coming from a bad place. You will feel better if you come early and you relax and that kind of stuff. Now, around Carnival, it's been a little difficult.
Yeah,
because, you know, men taking a million gigs.
Right.
Even with that, you had to prioritize. Sometimes money is not everything. Sometimes you choose a gig that will give you more exposure in the long run.
Right, correct.
So you choose that gig and you forget the gig down in Rio Claro
Right.
because your next gig is down in Port of Spain.
Port of Spain, correct.
And you understand what I'm saying? But that gig in Port of Spain will give you more mileage.
Yeah, it'll be more impactful to your career.
More impactful to your career. So just don't be money hungry.
True.
And you're now boss and your song big and because you know what you fucking up next year. You understand? Because again, I tell you, artists could be sometimes it's not good to have a number one tune job. Because you see if your car get that same mileage the next year, then promoters
I
will
feel number
fuck you
one
with
song
the
is a
cut.
curse, you know.
It is.
Most artists, and a number one song, we have to be clear, a number one song is the biggest song.
For the season.
Right. And not just Carnival. We could talk
Right.
artists. A lot of artists who had the number one song.
Had nothing
Just
before.
always catch the ass after.
Yeah, always.
As look at, I ain't saying Byron catching the ass. I ain't saying that. But Taliban was so big, it seems like anything he do now, it just not matching up.
Yeah. Even TJ.
So it blurring the lines now. It making you feel like
Look,
he
they
fall off.
They had a show with
fall off.
They had a
that
show.
song was too big.
They had a show with TJ. I think same.
Yeah.
Long thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And you believe in the ad. I listen to the radio and the whole ad and they play drift in the whole ad.
Yeah.
I was like, so that's what I'm saying.
It's a serious thing.
All I'm saying,
It
gentlemen.
can be big today and
All I'm saying,
tomorrow.
artists out there, the ladder, that's what they're going up, the people all they're stepping on. When it's time to come down that ladder, it's the same people they're going on the meter.
Snake and ladders.
Right? The same man you step on and same woman you step on, and when your career happening and you have to come down that ladder,
Them same
it's them
people.
same men all they meeting.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah.
Everybody meeting back me. Right? Because I doing this thing almost 50-something years. You understand? I have respect for a lot of artists there and vice versa. But you see these new fucking artists and them, all that they take all the time. I not again, I not on no bad man thing, and I just want trying to discipline the artists
Professionalism.
and professionalism. Because plenty of artists will now come back and tell me, boy Wendell, I'm glad for the advice, I'm glad where you teach me, I'm glad where you think. You know, all that cuss up I get in Soca Star. Right? Have a man in the room right now, real fucking cuss from me. Man like Chinese.
Big up Chinese, boy.
Look him there, you understand, in the corner there. And
Chinese, you get us? You get us?
He can't remember. Right? But let me tell you something about.
Can't remember.
Well, let me tell you something about Chinese. And I didn't know that about him. The man is vocally blessed.
No, Chinese have a big one, man.
I'm not talking about the fucking soca thing he's singing and all them things. Eh?
Just has an art.
The man
Yeah.
sing some reggae for me.
Yeah.
If you close your eyes, you will think it's some international kind of vibes. The man that good.
Yeah. Now big up Chinese.
You understand what I'm saying? But you're on fuck you right now. Right now.
Chinese on fuckery, boy.
Trying to talk to the man and show him a certain scene. Chinese, come on camera then. Come on camera. Just give him a little You see what I mean? It's a love. It's not about talking him bad and this and that and that. It's all about trying to get him
Constructive
criticism, but also get him to, I don't want to see talent. Wait, the man have real talent. Just like Omi. Real talent. Again, Menace. Real talent. These fellas and them. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you know,
Dan, you don't know how bad Menace is, you know. You really have no idea.
Man, this is one of the best.
How bad that youth is, you know.
Yeah, man, this is one of the best.
Right? And I just want to plug something. You know, we brethren are cancer.
Ace.
Ace.
Yeah.
So
Send me blessings.
send me blessing out to Ace. I know your concert is, I believe, on the 14th of June. The name of it is Recovery. Ace reached out to me via his wife.
Yeah.
And he didn't matter ask. He just said, Wendell, I need stage management for my show.
Of course.
That done seal.
Yeah.
You understand? And oh God, all them artists and them who come in to support the man, they come on time, right? Like we have some good energy.
Yeah.
You understand? But Ace, I'm praying for your brother. I hope, you know, for you and your family. And
Plug it in, the date, everything. So the
I think it's the 14th of June at Wassa Grounds.
14th of June.
Yeah.
Wassa
You
Grounds.
know, KG Talks, so try and be there to get some
Of course.
coverage.
Of course.
You understand? Or talks with KG. Is KG Talks or
Talks
talks
with
with
KG,
Talks
but it don't
with KG.
matter.
Nah, it matters, man. Talks with KG. Once you hear KG and you understand what I'm saying? But really, you catch me on guard. I want to. Yeah, you're cheating.
Yeah, but oh God.
That's true,
First
no?
episode with no cheer.
Yeah.
You understand?
But I want to thank you for bringing me back. The next one I want to do, I want to do it more like a coaching session.
Right.
I want to make some certain points in a constructive way that young artists that coming up follow these certain things.
Of course. Yeah, we could do that for sure.
You understand?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then like a little session now.
Yeah.
Sessions with Wendell.
Of course. That sound good, man.
You understand what I'm saying? Especially like artists like China who don't want to listen. You understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, for example, there are a youth man right now in the studio.
Big up Manny.
Manny.
Yeah.
First time I'm meeting him in my life, right? I now seen him. I said, let me hear what you have. First thing he want to do is draw for your fucking phone. I said, me want to hear your phone.
I heard them, you tell them, let's come now.
I want to hear your voice.
Yeah.
I want to hear no auto-tune, I want to hear your voice.
Yeah.
I listen to the raw voice. The youth man, talented.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
not going and say very talented.
Yeah.
The youth man is talented.
Yeah.
He has potential.
Right.
The advice I gave him is pick a lane.
Right.
Because I hear about 5 different songs.
Right.
And I hear he going down this lane, he going down that lane, he going down this lane, he going down that lane.
Versatile.
He's versatile, but we want to hear about no fucking versatility right now.
Right.
People have to know your name.
That's true.
Who is Manny? I hear about this Manny. Once you establish yourself in that lane, then you could go and pick and choose where you want to do. Because the fella, very bad.
Yeah. Big up Manny.
You understand? And if you listen to that, and he do like Chinese and take influences from other people, and he go be good.
Yeah,
but big up all Chinese veterans and them. Remember, I know them from AI. Big them up same way. You understand? And that's about it.
Yeah, I feel like, you know.
I feel we good here.
Anything you want to tell the people before we wrap up?
In a nutshell, artists, be consistent. Be consistent. Don't have a hit now and then wait 2-3 months to keep putting out things. Keep putting out things. All they're living in a better situation as when I was growing up with this social media platform. You understand? Any social media platform you could find yourself on, go on it.
Definitely.
Anytime, even if you come to record a song in the studio, record the journey from home to the car, to the door, to the thing. Make up something. Make your content.
Be creative.
And be creative and keep post. Eventually, you have to be in people's faces.
Correct. Even if some ain't go like you.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Yeah.
You understand? Nobody gonna like everybody in this country.
Correct.
If that haters, right now, I telling you, personally, they ain't like what you doing because you getting traction.
Of course.
So that's why I always should invite Mr. Naipaul. But what I'm saying is, the man work hard for where he reached, Jed.
Yeah.
I know him from nothing, from sitting on a couch, watching a TV show, hoping that one day he could be there or do that or whatever. And he's an artist too.
Yeah.
But then again, a lot of people like the music business, but the music business ain't like them.
Yeah.
So not because you're not performing, that don't mean you can't do something.
It are different lanes
in the entertainment field.
It are different lanes.
You understand what? So there are different layers.
Of course.
And you're doing a great job, and it's just a matter of you improving now.
Of course.
Right? Because I'm hoping by before Carnival or during the Carnival season, we could start getting some performances.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's the goal right now. Talks with KG Spotlight will be the name of it. That's what I'm calling it.
All right.
Yeah.
Where the spotlight is on you. And don't look out for all the big name artists. You will get some heavy hitters.
Upcoming artists.
But you will get some upcoming artists.
Yeah.
In fact, you'll get some artists.
Yeah.
You understand? The genres may be different, but we need to highlight the Trinidad are real talented, you know. Well, let me tell you the problem with Trinidadian artists, Jed. Well, they have no fucking patience. That is the problem at all.
What you tell me in the comments, Wendell?
The difference, right? No, say it. Patience.
Patience is not how long
Patience
you
is not, it's not how long you wait.
It's your attitude while you wait. So some all you feel all you're patient, but all you're cussing and asking, when I go get my turn,
And it will come.
It will come.
The amount of artists out there that doing it.
Put in the work.
And putting in the work year after year. You're like fresh out of water, you know.
You're even ready for it.
You're ready for it.
You're ready for the opportunity. Prepare yourself.
It will happen. You just need to be patient.
That is it.
Trinidad and Tobago is too talented, Jed. You understand? In all genres.
Yeah.
Then I telling you that some gospel artists will stand up next to Beres and Jackie. Look at Geranus. Come now, man. Positive.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Plenty,
these fellas are them
international
standard. Yeah. Jam Melody, international standard. Yeah. And I tell you, the man mash up.
I even see that. I see
you
that.
See what all I seen is Keyshia Cole 15 minutes. Keyshia Cole 15 minutes. I tell you.
Jam Melody rock that show. I had a real woman in that show.
The production
of the show
was. And I'm telling you, the man, I tell him about 3 times. The man come in a black suit.
Melody?
Black suit. Lion. Blue one. But the man look real good.
Nah, big up Jam Melody, boy. That is an interview I really want to do to Mr. Wendell. Link it up for me.
That is not a problem.
I really need
so
that Jam Melody interview.
Nah, but Melody, but everybody, all the opening acts.
I never really see a proper Jam Melody interview. Like
Yeah.
an in-depth Jam Melody interview.
Yeah, well, I did it on Synergy TV.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
With Jason and thing. At the time he had gotten a little incident and we talk about that. But I telling you, Melody, if not one of the greatest voices in the Caribbean.
For sure.
You understand? That whole reggae roadblock scenario. Yeah, boy, KG, that whole reggae roadblock scene. You understand? We have so much talent. Watch me. Ziggy's one of the baddest.
Yeah, big up Ziggy.
Baddest artists we have, right? King David.
Oh God, big up King David.
Jelano wasn't in that era yet.
Jelano.
But it was like Ziggy, King David, I Sasha, Jam Melody, Million Voice, rest in peace. Mr. King. One of the baddest lyricists we have. And what I like about Mr. King, topics and the diction is beyond point.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so we had to get back to that whole, even with the whole Trinidad fraternity, I think if everybody could just come together, Dread, and just come under one thing and kind of push the whole thing in a more positive light instead of this crab in our barrel. Well, me and what this want to succeed, I want that one to succeed. You understand? It will be better.
It will, for sure.
You understand?
Yeah. So, Mr. Man, you know?
I appreciate, again, I appreciate the...
yeah, and as Chinese say off camera, he say we had to get your flowers.
Well, I'm going to take a subway, I know.
You know that really thing that
I know,
Chinese,
listen.
come and give me flowers now. You come and give me flowers. You a man win soca star, you see certain things.
Why
No, you gotta come on camera, you can't talk from behind the camera. No, you come and get the man the flowers now.
Why I have to say is like out of all the people in the industry, I must say Wendell is not only the most industrialist, the most knowledgeable. He has been there for so long, and I think it's about time that people start to really put a different level of respect on this man's name, because he has contributed so much to the industry. He's still contributing. He's still willing to and you see that word willing, and actually to actually come here on this show for the second time.
Right.
It shows that he has a level of love and a concern for music in the industry, and there isn't much people who do that right now, and there are people who have the power to do it, and they're not doing it. But you see, Mr. Wendell, he has been here time and time again, and you see all that shit they talk about. Oh, Wendell is a this kind of person.
He's not asshole. Let's say fucking asshole.
Wendell is not he's a teddy bear. he know say some girl hug him on stage.
That was because I give 5 minutes. I give us 7 minutes.
Yeah,
so my log and a bong.
So I just want to say Trinidad and Tobago is about time. I want to give this man his flowers, Dread. You understand? He's still with us. And I wish him many more years on this earth.
I appreciate
that. You understand? And
Chinese.
God blessings to you, man. Thanks so much for everything that they do and continue to do.
And all they look out for Chinese coming soon. Man have a bad track. Trust what I'm telling you. Chinese, I appreciate that, boy. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Chinese, I man see it from up close and personal too.
Yeah. You know? And it's Shiny, give me is he and I think it's Umi. Give me the inspiration to really reach out to KG.
Right. True. Because we was in that element.
Yeah, we was in that soca style element.
Yeah.
I say, look, well, let me just reach out to KG and help support KG. And I'm going to tell you something. The man going. Everybody out there, if you want your story to be heard.
They're afraid in around that.
Well, no, because
the frightened.
It's only if you have something bad to hide in or come here. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know warrants out on me, you know.
And to me, what you could possibly hide by? What you feel like going to ask you? We just talking about, the journey. And
it's just real talk.
Everybody have what they went through. Look,
you understand?
Look, Mr. Wendell come and talk about Super Cat.
Slap me, kick me in my chest, all them kind of things.
Feeding
you understand?
Business.
And me anywhere good.
Real. Yeah.
You understand? When men have to pay $4,000 for a plate. If I was asked, did you know I was a DJ? I started off DJ.
Well, you tell me that.
I was part of First Priority Music.
Yeah, you tell me that.
FPM, I was the original Pakistani on all the tapes. I am telling you.
How you was doing?
That was me. And I used to mix all the things, and all the mixes was me. Yes, I was very good. And then I used to do all them ads for watercolors and things. So, Brother Ling, you killed my teacher. All them things, yeah, I've got good English, you know what I mean? All them things, all the intro for his song.
For the Chinese.
It's me.
I want to be like, you do that.
I do that. Come now, man, let's get with
See, don't
fucking this and
underestimate
that.
you,
You
man.
understand?
Don't underestimate you,
You
man.
understand? And I'm still out here though because let me tell you, since Synergy TV kind of, I don't want to say closed down because it's still operational, but since my input in Synergy TV is no longer there, and the entertainment aspect, I really want an avenue to grow and to become that new Synergy TV, to become that new Synergy Nights with Jason, that new Friday Night Live with Charles. You understand? And I think Talks with KG is that platform because of your consistency.
Right.
And that's where I want to see you go. I want to be able to bring Keyshia Cole here and sit down on the couch with you. Bring Dexter Daps. Bring them.
Of course.
You understand what I'm saying?
That is it.
So we will work with the Jam Melody.
Yeah.
And I want to get, you had Menace?
Nah. My female is free too.
Nah, but why? No, but hold on.
I
Why
reach out
it-
to Menace.
No, but why it is all that? No, but
men, I don't know. It's like men afraid that
Afraid
I
what?
put them up on the wall and they don't know how to answer the question properly. I don't know why it is.
so what kind
Like,
of
let me
question
just
you
say,
got?
let me say, for instance, let me say I bring up a soccer mafia talk.
Right, but look, you bring it up with me.
Right. But
Right.
men like they don't want me to.
Because you see, because you're afraid they get blacklisted in the music
Right, that
industry.
kind of advice. But to me, just answer the question based on your experience.
That is all.
Don't talk about what other men went through.
Yeah.
We talk about, you know.
Yeah.
But you know where this go?
I know where it's go. I know eventually
Yeah,
men will
somebody
be
tell me the other day,
knocking
Mr.
on your
Wendell,
door.
I want you to give my little advice on this.
Yes.
I don't want to call no name.
Don't call no
I have
name.
utmost respect for the person too who tell me this.
No
right?
problem.
It was advice to me.
All right.
The person say is somebody in the media world.
Right.
The working with a media company.
Right.
And they say they like the show, everything.
Right.
But they say in order for me to get proper sponsors,
Mm-hmm.
I have to stop give my opinion so much on certain things. Like what the person tell me. They say Oprah never used to give her opinion until she was a billionaire. That was how the kind of, you know. What do you think about that?
What's the name of the program in the States where Cartel and Bourgeois and all of them was talking and it got real viral and thing? It was
Drink
a podcast.
Champs?
It was
Drink Champs?
Drink Champs.
Yeah.
Right? And then the one with Charlemagne and these fellas and them.
Breakfast Club.
And put respect on my name, them kind of
Right,
thing, you
Breakfast
understand?
Club, right.
These fellas and them gave their own opinion.
Right.
These fellas and them, you understand what I'm saying?
So why them telling me that?
What is
Because
that?
Trinidad?
It's fucking Trinidad. It's always a fucking fight down. You know what I'm saying? They can't stop something that is good. I don't care how much cuss I fucking cuss.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you something about corporate. If a billion people watching this,
That's all them care about.
all them care
I'm
about.
glad you say that.
You understand
But
what I'm
I was
saying?
watching it. I was like, but if I stop being me,
Exactly.
maybe Talks with KG would not be Talks with KG.
I don't want to. Well, you know what I mean. So
Right.
welcome everyone.
Yeah.
This is Talks with fucking KG.
I rather do man.
Fucking,
Yeah.
I want to be real though.
Right.
Because
And if people like the content, as you say, corporate should not have a problem.
No.
We promoting killing.
No.
We promoting that. We promoting
No.
my own
real
opinion.
talk and your own opinion,
Yeah, so-
and the artist's opinion as well.
too. Yeah.
You understand? So I don't see nothing with where,
Right.
but
I glad you say that.
do not change
Yeah.
who you are, what you have, or what you do. Right? What we need to be mindful of course, is a large audience
Right.
and looking at you now.
Right.
And when I mean large audience, I mean a certain different demographic, so
Right.
age-wise.
Right.
So
So I have to be cautious.
we have to
of
be
certain
cautious in
things.
terms of certain dialogue.
Right.
When it comes to women, young
Of course.
children,
And I've always been
and,
cautious of
and,
that,
and
you know? Yeah.
people that will be influenced easily and quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand? And there are times and topics to discuss certain things.
Right.
But
correct.
other than that, a little profanity here and there, I mean, come on. I mean, who can cuss more than
The way how
Squeezy?
people has
Who can
talk
cuss more than
sometimes,
Squeezy Rankin
you
too?
mean?
And I feel I cuss the most here.
The way how people just talk about the show sometimes.
That's our next,
you know?
hold on, that's our next talented man too.
Yeah, big up Squeeze Rankin.
Big up Squeezy Rankin anyways, brother.
sure.
He's a man trying for years.
Yeah,
I got to get you with that little tune there.
Yeah,
And you understand? Yeah. So,
yeah.
but what I say is just keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody stop you. And anybody out there too, you could use him as an example, just how we use me as Synergy TV as an example and as motivation. And you want to get into this thing, Use him as an example
Be
because
serious.
you had to be serious and you had to be consistent.
Yeah.
You can't do something now and then 4 weeks we ain't hearing
No.
about talks with KG.
No.
You understand?
Can't work.
20 years now since Chinese released that song. I ain't heard nothing from him again. I want to be like Chinese. I want to be like Chinese. And not all again is Chinese food, Chinese products, Chinese shipping company, Chinese building. Anyway.
Chinese
So-
grinding hard out there.
So it's been a pleasure, sir.
Yes, I.
Talks with KG, another good one.
Appreciated.
To all the audience, my last words I say before, be consistent, be true to yourself, and be patient.
That is it. And be humble.
And be humble. That is the most important.
Yeah, for sure.
Be humble. You understand? And things will come your way. Things will come your way. If you realize that it's not going down your lane, choose our next lane.
Yep.
And that is it.
And that is it.
And that is it. We are out.
Boom.
Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah.